Hi everybody, it's crazy, it's Monday, and it's time for the UPBGE video of the week. Now before I get started, gotta give a shout out to my trusted, because you guys rock. To my crazy fam, I love you guys. Now, we're up to episode number 85, and last week we left off with texture painting on page 37, 37. If you do not have the book and you're just popping in, go into the description below, get the book. Don't forget to get the files because that will actually help you out later on. And with all that being said, let's get started. All right. Oh, before I forget, you're going to start a new UPBGE window. So come on over up to File if you haven't already started a new one, and hit Load Startup File. So that way you get a fresh new copy of the beginning file of UPBGE. All right. Let's go and get going. All right. Texture painting. Typically, editing an image texture must be done with external software such as GIMP or Photoshop. GIMP is what I use. At work I also use Photoshop. So either one, they both do a great job of doing what you want for textures. But using texture painting, you can edit the texture directly on the model from within Blender. That's right. Note, not only does this give you the ability to see the changes interactively on the model. Let's say that 5 times fast. But brush strokes made on the model will also be automatically projected back onto the image texture. This makes texture painting ideal as a rough outlining tool to mark out some key points on the model for reference or put the finishing touches on the texture. It's much easier to paint on the model directly than to paint a 2D texture. And that is a fact. Okay, so I'm going to switch it over to here real quick. As you see, you can switch to texture paint mode from your regular object menu. Okay, and I'll show you that back over here. Okay, that would be right here, and you can have texture paint mode, or right now we're going to be working in object or edit mode, but we'll get going with that. All right, to see how texture painting works, start a new file and set the 3D view to texture mode. Okay, so if you're using UPBGE 2.5, it will automatically be set to texture mode. So other ones start out as regular object mode or solid mode. And so UPBGE decides, since you're going to be making games, you're going to be using texture mode. Alright, so make sure that all the vertices are, we're going to go into edit mode, oh my bad. Alright, to paint directly on an object, you will need to set up a UV texture image first. So in the 3D viewport, make sure the object you want to paint, the initial cube in this case, is selected, and then enter edit mode by pressing tab. Okay, so make sure your cube is selected, hit tab. Okay, now you'll notice that all are selected. You want to do a twice at least. Make sure that it is all selected and not just one vertex. I've had that problem before. Okay, now in the 3D viewport, press U. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit U, and then we're going to go to Smart UV Project. We're going to leave the defaults. Okay, now in the book it changes. Okay, and I'm going to walk y'all through with this because I went through it like 3 or 4 times, and yeah, it just doesn't work that way anymore. That was an older way of doing it. What you're going to do is you're going to come over here to material. You're going to make sure you got your material on. Then you're going to go to the texture mode. Okay, you're going to come down here because it's already got you a texture set up, but it's just a default texture, has nothing on it. You want to go to image or movie. Okay, now the book's going to tell you different. Okay, it's going to tell you to open up a UV editor, create a new image by clicking on the new button. You're not going to do that yet. You're going to do that after you set this up. You have to do it here first, then it will work in that window. Okay, so make sure you click image or movie. Okay, you're going to come down here and you're going to hit new. Okay, when you hit new, we're going to change that to the UV grid or the color grid. Okay, then you hit OK by leaving the others defaults normal. Okay, then you're going to come down here to mapping. Okay, you're going to take it off generated and you're going to put it on UV. Okay, that's going to give you your UV grid. Okay, and make sure you select UV map. And as you notice now, it is all on your map. Okay. See, so now all your sides now have it. Now we can go here to UV image editor. Okay, and you can see how it has it set up. We can also go here and hit untitled, and it will put that as it shows up on your map. Okay. All right, so we can continue on from there, but we're going to basically skip number 5. Okay. Notice number 6 says now notice that your model now has a newly created image texture mapped on it. Yes, it does right here. Okay. Switch from edit mode to texture paint mode. Let's go to texture paint mode. Okay, now if you notice, I can paint coloring on it. It pops up down here, and it also pops up over here. Okay, you can change options for the tools using the tool shelf on the left of the 3D viewport by hitting T. If you hit T over here, see, you got that, and you can change to whatever you want. You can texture draw, you can clone, you can smear, you can soften, you know, whatever you want to pick. Right now we just got it set on that, and you can also change the color. You know, look, now I can do blue and I can do green. This makes ideal for when you're doing, you know, like trying to make like something on one texture and you want it to add a little bit more detail to it or add some, you know, color variations. You can do that. Okay, it'll be easy to put it on any side you want. You know, as you notice, it'll do it on each side that it shows here. Okay, you know, so keep that in mind. You know, making a character face on a cube. You know, Roblox and the other one that does it, Minecraft. You know, that's how they did it. They just spray painted a face on there. Okay, and basically they texture painted it on. If you don't want to do it there, you can also do it here. Okay, this is also another one that'll show you. And now this is the bottom. See, as you see, it puts it on the bottom. And then I can draw a line all the way through all my other ones. And it does the same as if you're up here. So if you want to do it, you've got a look that you want to do. Like, say, for example, you want to create a, you know, a face, and you know how your face is going to do it. You can do it right here. You can zoom in and do whatever you need to do. Or if you want to get the look from here, you can do it the same. Okay. Now, I'm going to read some of the other stuff that it tells you in the book, so that way you understand what I'm talking about as well. It says, at the time of writing, images updated by texture painting were not saved automatically. So once you are done, be sure to go back to the UV image editor and save the texture by clicking the image save, and that's what they're talking about right here. You hit image and then you hit save as image. Okay, you can also pack as PNG, pack the image if you want to connect it to your specific blend file. Okay, optionally, if you are working with the GLSL mode, which we are, you will need to create a new texture in the object's material and assign the newly created image to it. This is, in this case, you will also need to set UV coordinates in the mapping panel, which is what we did. We did that first off because the number 5 in this one is telling you how to do it in multi-textured mode. And I found this out after fighting through it and finally getting it. Okay, so just remember, when you're doing one in GLSL, you're going to have to make it over here first, okay? And you're going to create, you know, your new image texture. You're going to set it as a, image or movie. You got to come down here to this, to the mapping, and then you're going to hit UV and then UV map, and it will automatically project it over here. You'll see it however you do it. Now you can add a texture, you can add an image or a movie. You can go over here and select one and put it right in there. Okay, whichever one you want. It really doesn't matter. We just did the grid just because it was easier just to create a new one. Okay, so you can do that with files. Okay. Alright, so, and that, believe it or not, that's where I'm going to end it because we are way about right at 10 minutes. So, next week, I'm going to go into custom GLSL shaders that a lot of people make. So, we can have our own custom GLSL shader. Let me kick over to here. So that is page 39. Custom GLSL shaders is what we're going to be doing next week. So I hope you learned something. If you would like to comment in the comments, holler at me. If you'd like to come to my Discord, I have re-updated it to a permanent one. You can come visit. One of the guys who just came over to my server kind of reminded me of it on YouTube, and so I fixed it. He came over. He is now saying hi, and you can say hi to him as well. Come on over to the server and say hi, or shoot me a comment down in the comment section and say hi or whatever. I appreciate you watching it with me and going through it with me and struggling through. So till next week.